Good morning. Good morning. Let's get rocking and rolling here. Let me just check my little monitor here, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and let's just do a real quick sound check. Let me know if you can hear me, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling. So let's see here. All right, we should be live. All right, there we go. I see myself. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for being here. This is Frank Salinas, part of the Groove team, Groove.cm, GrooveKart. Today we're going to talk about product ideas. It's going to be like a brainstorming session. I had somebody message me asking me they didn't know what to sell, but they do want to get started with e-commerce. So today's going to be going over some of the print-on-demand companies that we have. Maybe we even touch a little bit on AliExpress. And I'm just going to help you get the creative juices flowing on what you can offer your customers. Maybe you have a niche already, maybe you have a following, and this will give you some ideas on that as well. So let's get rocking and rolling. Let me just go to the comments, and we got Rick coming in from Ontario, Canada, London, Ontario, and we have Sean from Indianapolis. Thank you guys for being here. Let's just get rocking and rolling. I'm going to share my screen. At any point in time, if the audio goes out or anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'll be checking every once in a while down like this just to see that no one's saying, hey, we can't hear you or we can't see your screen. So thank you again for being here. Remember, if you have not, if you're watching this, you're part of the Groove family. You're a member of Groove.cm. If you have not yet, I recommend that you upgrade. When it comes to just e-commerce, one of the benefits is that you don't have fees. Okay. Another thing is you can connect payment gateways like authorized.net. You can do checkout. You can do all sorts of other gateways. When you're free, I believe the fee now is 10% per sale, but you don't pay anything until after you make a sale. And you can launch one store every 30 days. However, being upgraded, you can launch a store every 7 days. Now, people will say, well, why would I want to do that? Well, once you start having some success with e-commerce, and let's say you're selling to nurses, and that store is all about nurses, you're going to be like, man, what if I try this for paramedics and EMTs? And excuse me, and you're going to want to launch another store. So when it comes to that, it makes a big difference, because I remember at one point I had 4 different Shopify stores, and between all of them, I was spending close to $1,000 on fees. So that $1,000 could be going towards something else, right? Your car payment, your insurance, things like that. So keep that in mind. And then soon, probably by the end of this quarter, one of the things we have in production is the ability for you to push a store to someone with just their Groove email. So let's say you made a store and you put 100 products on there, all sorts of mugs, all about, let's say, grandparents. And you can find a buyer. And next thing you know, you can push that store to them. Okay. And that's coming. One of the features coming probably by the end of this quarter, so that you can literally set up stores for people and sell them if you don't want to, do the marketing. That's one thing. There's people that built whole businesses around just creating websites, right? I'm sure you've seen it in the groups, in the Facebook group, where people are helping each other, and they put value. And next thing you know, those people that post value posts get people reaching out to them, and they pay them to make them websites or Groove memberships or templates, right? And so you could get into that business instead of just trying to test products and market. You can actually just set up products because you got so good at set up stores, So just keep that in mind. We got Cyprus in the house. We have New York City. We have Atlanta. All right, so let's get rocking and rolling, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. And let's go here. By the way, it is raining outside. Hopefully it does not get to be too loud with thunder and lightning. So just letting you know. And my grand dogs are being nice and quiet. So if you hear barking, it's because they started acting up. So, so I'm inside of Printful, right? So we're going to go here into Printful, and we're just going to talk about some of the products that you can see. Okay. If you go here and you go to the bottom, it's product catalog. Okay. Now, depending on your niche, who you're targeting, right? It also, will affect what you want to offer. Let's say you're offering things to I don't know, soccer moms, and it's all about soccer and ballet and football and all this. Well, you're not going to, probably offer all over swim trunks, right? And you might not offer gaming mouse pads, but you want to go through these providers to see what they have, because depending on what you're passionate about, depending on who your target market is, some of this stuff might make perfect sense, right? Let's say you are targeting fishermen or something like that, people that are outdoors. Well, something like this bucket hat might make a lot of sense. Okay. If you're offering outdoor items or people that are always outdoors, like in the forest and hiking and all this, this tumbler might make sense, right? But the gaming mouse pad won't, right? And then when you're looking at Printful, always think about this. You want to look at the estimated delivery time to the U.S., right? And then you want to look at the shipping costs, and always keep that in mind. So let's just look at this organic bucket hat. So if I'm looking at this, the shipping, as you can see, is $3.99. So I want to say, okay, that's going to cost me $23.99. What can I sell that for? Well, I can sell it for $49.95, free shipping, and then you can figure out what your profit's going to be. Okay. So, and then you want to think about the design. Do you want to spend time creating a design manually on Printful, or do you want to get designs made for that product, right? Because some of these might be a little bit more specific. So like if I want to do this bucket hat, I've never used a bucket hat, right, to do any kind of product. So if I wanted to go to create a product template, if I go to the dashboard and I want to use this hat to sell, right? If I go to create a template, I need to be aware of what kind of design I need, right? So if I'm going to go here, and if I go bucket, let's see if it comes up. All hats. Let's see if it comes. There it is. I see it down here. Okay, so let's say I want to use this bucket hat. I'm not sure what is required of the design template. So you want to go and take a look at it. So it looks like it just puts the design on the front. Okay, so it's not an all over design. So if I wanted to do cats are my favorite people, and then I wanted to change it, and I don't want to do black, I want to do white. Now that makes perfect sense. That's kind of cool, right? Okay, so you want to look at these products to see, is it an all over product where you have to, make the image cover the entire product, or is it something you can center the item, the design, right? If that's the case, you can go get designs made, like for shirts. When someone makes you a shirt design, let's say on Fiverr or something, they're going to give it to you in a real large dimension, usually 2,000 to 3,000 pixels wide or larger. So you'll be able to use that design on many different products. Okay, so in this case, bucket hats, the t-shirt design I have will work, right? So you want to take a look at this and go through these and spend some time and think about what it is you want to offer. Now, with that being said, what I've told students of mine, people that have hired me and things like that, is come up with the number, maybe not a number, but just come up with your flagship products. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So let's just say I have a store, my cat swag, right? And that's the demo store. So we offer t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, decals, and maybe we'll add one more thing, right? I think we have, a phone case. I think we have a phone case on there. Maybe not. No, that was a decal. So we have shirts, hoodies, mugs, decals, and I could add 6 more products, whatever that is. It could be 3 to 5 to 10 products. What are the flagship products? And the reason I say that is if your store is for golfers, well, then you want to offer them a variety of things, but don't try to offer them 50 different things and that's it, right? So in other words, golf tees, golf balls, t-shirts, hoodies, all these different things, and you have 50 different things, and that means you're going to have to test 50 different products, right? But if you can come up with your flagship products, 5 to 10 items that you can put multiple designs and quotes and things like that on, then you'll start to see what sells once you get a campaign that's going, right? So let's just say you're promoting that bucket hat, right? And then it starts to sell. Through the bucket hat, you're going to have related products and you're going to have upsells, and people are going to click around. But keep this in mind, write this down. About 80% of people that come to your store from an ad or from a promotion, 80% or more, or a little bit higher sometimes, will only stay and visit your product page. About 20% or less are going to click around and go to the catalog. They're going to go look at other items. But almost the bulk, the majority of your traffic will come to only that product page. So that's why you want to put thought into what you're testing. Don't just throw up some really bland, plain Jane design on a shirt and think it might sell. You want to be creative. So that's where looking into these products comes into play, right? Because if we go, let's just go here. Let me go back here. If we go to the product catalog, it's probably going to take me right back here, right? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So you can sort by, actually, here it is down here. So suggested for you. We have all over print unisex wide leg pants. Okay. So look like sweatpants. We got phone cases. We got slides. Okay. We have, let's click on premium products. These are going to be probably like backpacks and bags and things. You want to see what's out there, because if it's something unique, it's going to more than likely be something that gets people's attention easier. So give you an idea, when I started doing e-commerce in 2013, I started selling shirts, and I sold t-shirts probably up until mid 2015. It was just t-shirts and hoodies. And then in 2016, in the beginning of 2016, I got started with different products. By the end of 2016, I was making a killing, believe it or not, selling shoes. Why? Because people were just used to seeing just the t-shirt and the hoodie. And then I started putting what they're interested in on a shoe. And so that got people's attention and made people want to buy it, because it wasn't the standard design on a t-shirt. It was on something that I knew they were passionate about, that they were interested in, but it was on a shoe. So you want to think about that, right? So again, let's just go back to the golfing stuff. Let's say we come up with a funny golf image that a golfer would get, a golfer would understand, and we put that on one of these products. If it's a unique product, it'll get their attention faster than it's just a t-shirt, right? So like, and then think about the use case scenario. A duffel bag. Who might use a duffel bag? Let's say you're targeting people that are gym rats, right? People that are always in the gym, or people that love yoga. You know, think about that. That might be a product that would get their attention, right? So like maybe the image says, you know, I just want to do yoga and drink wine or something like that, right? And that would get their attention. So think about that. When you're looking at these products, what are you going to have as your flagship products? Now, I do recommend you always offer a t-shirt and a hoodie, okay? Those should be at least two of your items, okay? And then what are the other ones? Because we all wear clothing, right? So why not? And then just go through here, look at the delivery dates. Now, Printful's pretty good about delivery time, so you don't really have to worry too much. But also, when you're clicking on these, like this is a metal print, right? Glossy metal print. So basically, this is just your image. So in this case, this would be perfect for like artwork or something like that. Now, this makes perfect sense if you're an artist. If you have artwork, if you draw, if you paint, then to put your item on here would make perfect sense, right? So keep in mind, you know, the shipping. Okay, this is $10.49 plus this. So 11 plus 38, that's $49. Well, I could sell this for, let's say, $99. And the big one, 204 plus 30. So that's 234. Well, maybe I sell it for, I don't know, $329. So you want to look at these products and start getting ideas of what you could sell it for. What do you think the marketplace would pay for that? And sure, you can go look at other other marketplaces, get an idea, but never think you have to compete, by price, because then you're just going to keep trying to drive your product prices down, down, and down, because you're like, oh, everyone else is selling it for 25, 30, 40. Let me go for 19. Well, then you're cutting your margins down, and you're making it hard for you to make profit. So take a look at prices, but also if it's something unique of yours, or if it's a beautiful design, if it's something super funny, you haven't seen it before, if it's on unique products, then don't feel bad about what you charge. Okay. Now, also don't price gouge either. Like this cost me 37, and so it costs $48 to ship it and to make it. I'm not going to charge $248, right? Think logically, but also don't shortchange your products either by trying to just nickel and dime and make things super cheap. Okay. So if we go down here, let's just see what else we have. We have beanies. We have the middle print. We have photo paper poster. That's unique. We got these speckled phone cases. We have paper frame poster. So there's not just hoodies, right, on Printful. There's all sorts of cool stuff. We got this denim jacket. I'm assuming this is going to be something that is embroidered. Let's see. Yeah, custom embroidery file. So you're going to be able to embroider it somewhere. Okay, so if we can see here, you basically can put the stuff on the back, right? So that might make perfect sense for your target audience. I don't know. But so you want to go through these products and see what is it that you can offer that will help your store stand out also. Okay. Towels. I mean, think about it. We all take showers, right? So towels make sense. What else we got? We got this hemp shirt. We have a blanket. Blankets do really well simply because guess what? There's no think about this. There's no sizing problems you have to come up with, right? It's going to have the dimensions of the blanket on the product page. So I've experienced over the years, a few times, maybe a few times every quarter. Hey, the shirt was too small. Hey, the shirt was too big. Hey, the shoes were too small. Hey, the shoes were too big, right? And then, you got to deal with returns and things like that. A blanket, I've never sold a blanket that I had to return. The only time I had to do anything was it had arrived damaged, it had a tear on it, and we got the factory to send them a new one. Okay, so blankets make a lot of sense. Here's another thing. What you offer, is it lightweight? Is it easy to ship? Okay, so like if you wanted to sell like a barbecue pit, I wouldn't recommend selling stuff like that because it's going to cost you more to ship it, right? And we know now more than ever in the last few years, shipping has just gone up and up and up, right? With COVID and all this other stuff, it seems like that's the excuse for everything. Shipping is more expensive all the time. It goes up probably every month or two. You'll see that it's ticked up 50 cents or $1. Or if you're shipping bulky items, those things have gone up 20, 30, 40% in the last 3 years. So now this is Printful, so you're not going to have anything heavy on here. But I'm talking to you like if you're on AliExpress and you want to sell this thing that weighs 30 pounds. Well, that shipping is going to cost you 40 or 50 pounds or more, $40 or $50 or more to ship. So keep that in mind because that's going to cut into your profit margin. So you want lightweight stuff that's not bulky because it's going to cost you less in shipping, and it's more likely, it's least likely to get damaged, right? If you're selling something that's bulky and heavy, it has a higher percentage risk factor when it comes to getting damaged and getting messed up in the process. Because as well as I do, I mean, people at FedEx, UPS, etc., they're not always careful because it's not their stuff, right? So let's continue. We got bomber jackets, we got sweatpants, we got sports bras, tank tops. So look at this, a faux leather, so fake leather bomber jacket. That's kind of cool. Let's go see what else we have here. Out of stock. So let's go to accessories. Let's just go to all accessories and go here. So the whole idea of this brainstorming session is to get you to think, how can I be outside the box with my store and offer things like John Garcia on one of our trainings before. He was talking about his daughter had made some designs that they had planned on putting on these laptop sleeves that people could color, right? So that's very unique. The same thing, you could probably apply that idea to these backpacks, right? That could be something very unique where all you have is products people can color. Listen, I don't think he'd mind because there's billions of people out there, right? Billions of people shop online. There's plenty of room for everybody. So if you get an idea, don't just copy somebody. Get inspired and then put your own twist on it, your own flavor to it, okay? So we have backpacks, laptop sleeves, right? Maybe you have a store that's just gadget stuff. Maybe it's just a t-shirt and a hoodie. And then you have these things that make sense like backpacks, sleeves, iPhone cases, gym bags, right? Tote bags. And it's things like that, utility-based type products. So we have socks. I mean, these are $22. I don't know. You'd have to make them some really good socks for me to want to buy those. But, I mean, you just never know, right? We have tote bags. We have embroidered patches. This is kind of cool. Haven't seen that before. Give you an idea. My son, who is 15, likes collecting patches, right, from different places. So there might be a niche in just patches, right? So think about, who would wear patches. So parents with young kids, they probably would use patches to put on their kids' shirts and things like that. Just think like that. Airpods case. That's very unique. I hadn't seen this one before. It says new. Think about this. I mean, for your niche, you know what I mean? This makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of people that use Apple, right? I would say it's like 55%, maybe. I don't know what the correct percentage is nowadays, but I think about 55 to 60% of phone users are Apple. So this would work really good. This would work awesome because you can customize it with your niche's lingo, what they're talking about, what makes them passionate, what gets them excited, right? So let me touch on that real quick. When it comes to your niches, to who you're advertising to, if they're buying something through your e-commerce store, what is it that they can wear or use that they can be proud of? What would somebody say, man, I gotta have that? Oh my God, that's me. Oh my God. What do they stand up for? What are they passionate about? What do they love? What are they proud of? What are they willing to talk about, right? What are they willing to, let's say, get in debates about, right? To the debates. So here's an example. Grandparents, right? Grandparents are super proud, right? Maybe even dog moms, dog dads, right? People that are proud of their pets. Teachers, professions, people. I have a student I work with. He's started selling recently a shirt that I know has been sold over and over again over the years, but he wanted to sell a shirt. I said, okay. And it says mechanic hourly rate. And then it says the hourly rate, if you want to do it yourself, blah, blah, blah. If you want me to do it, if you want me to do it with you. And so the mechanics are getting a kick out of it, and he's selling a couple a day. And so think about what makes them, laugh or makes them proud. What makes them say, oh man, I got to have that. Okay. So when you're having these designs made, think of it that way so that when people see your design on your product, they resonate with it and say, man, I got to order that. So this is a cool product. You know why? Because it doesn't cost a lot. It's $15 to ship it and make it. So what if you sell it for $35? You make $20 profit, right? I would think about this because it is an Apple product. People are used to spending a lot of money, right? Apple is not cheap. So, the Apple phones are $1,200 or more, right? So, so you could sell this for probably $35, $39.95. Okay. And so this is a very unique product that you could add, right? So when you're doing this, be thoughtful of what you're doing. Let's say you already have a store and you have just t-shirts and hoodies, go through and then pick another product and then add all the designs for that product, and then maybe add one or two more, right? And then add those as related products. Because what I've seen in the past, let's say I have a campaign that starts going good. Next thing you know, let's just give the Airpods case example. I start seeing 1 or 2 AirPod case sales a day in addition to my other products. Then I'm going to be like, I'm selling this and I'm not promoting it. It's just a related product, or it's an upsell. Well, that tells you that's probably a winner. So then you go and you set up the campaign to promote that product. So this is one of the benefits of having related products that are different than just t-shirts and hoodies, because if you notice something, it's like, man, I've never promoted that, but I'm starting to make sales of this Samsung case. Well, next thing you know, you say, well, let me promote that and see if I make direct sales. Okay, so think about that. Now we got these Blackfoot sublimated socks. These are a little bit cheaper than the premium socks we saw before. So again, socks might be something you can offer, right? If it resonates with your audience, there's no reason why I wouldn't. Fanny pack, large eco tote. We got the neck gaiter. We got the drawstring bag. What else we got? Adidas backpack. So this is specifically Adidas. So this is a higher quality brand name backpack, right? We have the simple backpack that's embroidered. Then we got these crew socks. And then we have, these are on clearance. Keep this in mind. If it's on clearance, it might be that they are probably going to phase it out. So you don't want to spend a lot of time on that stuff because it might be phased out. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Here's something surprising. Look, scrunchies. I've never seen, I don't think I've seen the scrunchies. We got the denim tote bag. We have the silver bar chain bracelet. Okay, so those I've never seen. Actually, I've seen those, but I haven't seen them in a while. So this could be something that you put on, that you set up, and the design is, let's say, a black design or whatever, and it'll engrave on there. Okay, so and jewelry might be your thing for your niche. It all depends on who you're targeting, right? So let's just go back and look at these last ones real quick. Flip-flops. These are cool. Think about it. Summertime is ending, but flip-flops, depending on who you're targeting, maybe you're targeting an area that's always tropical, then flip-flops make perfect sense. Or you offer them during the summertime, right? They're fairly affordable. They're cheap, actually $12.95. I don't think it costs a lot to ship them. So this could be something that you could offer, right? We have this touch tool. Anything with clearance, though, keep in mind they might end up phasing them out. So I would not probably spend too much time on anything that's on clearance. Now, these are cool. Look, we have lace-up canvas shoes and men's slip-on and men's lace-up. So we have shoes, okay? So let's go just to the shoe section. And here they are, right? This is one thing I want to show you. Shoes are something that are unique. They're not something that, people are going to see every day targeted to them, right? So this could be something you think about. The only reason I stress this is because I made a killing selling shoes. So I recommend that if you're going to do something like this, order a pair for yourself and order them in your size and see how they compare to what you're used to. Just to see that, hey, yeah, these fit pretty much what my size is, right? So you want to do your research. And when you have your e-commerce store, if at all possible, order your products. Now if you set up 500 products, I'm not saying order 500 products. But what I am saying is this: if you're selling the back scratcher, right? If you're selling this back scratcher, well, then order it, have it come, see how long it takes to get to your house, and then use it to make videos, use it to make photos, to take photos. If it's a cool product, if it's a consumer product, if it's a gadget, make TikTok videos. If it's a t-shirt, put it on and showcase it. take a video of you opening the package. Okay, you want to do that because that's going to make you stand out if you're going to run ads. Now, if you're going to do SEO and you're doing the long game and you're just doing all sorts of things like that, you still want to have those videos on your product page because it's going to help your product sell easier. But you can generate this content with your phone and use it for ads on Facebook, on TikTok, on Snapchat, and it'll do a lot better than you just having the mock-ups that are generated from Printful. Why? Because it's real. People get drawn in. People pay more attention to real videos and real photos versus sometimes the polished mock-up looking images. They just do because the subconscious picks up on that, right? And when it looks real and raw and original, people were like, hey, what is that? Right? Because, they're on these social media platforms. And so if it's showing something that's related to what they like, they're going to be paying attention. Okay. So I would say these are a cool idea. Now, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay. $45. So let's talk on this. Did not get enough sleep yesterday, so I apologize for that. This is $45. And $8.99 for shipping. So that is what? $53. Okay, so $53. I've sold high tops for as much as, let's see, $79.95. I do have a client who's selling a sneaker, and they're paying with shipping, everything else, $88.90. So if you charge the same $8.99 shipping and then charge $79.95, you'd spend they'd pay about $88. So let's just do the math on that. I'm just gonna pull out this calculator. Not sure if you can see it or not, but let's just say we sell it for $79.95 and we charge $8.99 shipping. That's $88.94. My client, his store, I've seen his sales for $88 and some change for the sneakers he's selling. So let's do the math. So we take away $8.99 and then we take away $45. That leaves you a profit of $34.95. Okay, I had my calculator. I don't think StreamYard picked it up. So you have a profit of $34.95. Now you can charge more than that because I did a test a while back. I've had Etsy stores over the years, and I've usually what I do is I put those Etsy shoes on sale, and then I make them last 30 days. But then there's been times where I just forget about it and I don't put the product on sale. And I've had people pay $120 for a pair of sneakers, and they've looked similar to this, and they've also looked like, let's go here. Not exactly this shoe. I've used a different provider, but they don't. That provider is not on GrooveKart, but they looked similar to this. Okay, and they're like a running shoe. So that was when I forgot about the listings, and the sale went away after 30 days, and I had 2 or 3 people buy within a week, $120 for those shoes. Why? Because it was unique. It wasn't something that they could find at Target or Macy's or Walmart or anything like that. It was unique. Now if you're selling the shoe and it's just a white shoe, there's nothing special about that. But if you cater to your niche and you put something on here that's going to get them excited, get them riled up, get them like, oh man, that is awesome, then that's going to be the difference maker. Okay, so let's go see what else we got here. We have, what do we have for hair accessories? We got the all over headband. We got the scrunchie. We have keychains. Okay, now remember clearance. I would reach out to them, maybe ask them. Maybe they're just having them on clearance, but I think it's for the most part is because they're not going to offer them for too much longer, right? So home and living. Let's go here. So if we go to home and living, again, I mentioned earlier the blanket. The blanket makes a lot of sense. The mugs always make sense because we all drink stuff, right? We drink water, we drink tea, we drink soda, we drink coffee. Having mugs to me is, just makes sense. Mugs is a nice way to make an extra 10 to 12 to $13 as an upsell, right? As a product bump, as an upsell after they buy your main product. Okay, so just think about that. We have a flag. I don't know. You could make a flag. Let's say your niche is welders. They can make a cool design for welders. I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box here. We have glass jar candles. I had not seen that before. That's kind of cool. Is your niche related to people that are homemakers? Are they in the kitchen a lot? Are they working outside? Are they fixing up their house? That might work for that niche, right? Stickers are always a good one. You can make $4 or $5 on a sticker through Printful. You can get them cheaper through Tscape, but again, this is just talking to you about that. Is it something that makes sense? Gaming mouse pad. Maybe you are targeting, your store is for people that are, let's just say, science majors, not science majors, but computer science majors. Well, that might make sense for them because let's say you have funny computer science and geek shirts and math and all this stuff for nerds, right? Like just, funny things related to that. And a gaming mouse pad would make sense for that niche. Now, if you're targeting grandparents, it probably isn't going to make sense unless the gaming mouse pad said grandma and grandpa rock, right? Because their little 4-year-old has a computer that they have them on. I don't know. Just thinking outside the box, right? So now, when it comes to these products, also think about sometimes your design doesn't speak directly to them. This is just something like this. I've seen this in the past where the shirt says, pray for me, I'm married to an Italian. Pray for me, I'm married to a Texan, right? And so those products were targeted to the wife or the husband, right? So the other person saw that and said, aha, that's funny, I want that. And then they would have their spouse buy it. So you can make designs that are, targeted, but they're not targeted, right? So, that one was a funny phrase that just came to mind. So that you can make people, tap their husband or their wife and say, look, check this out. I just saw it on Facebook, right? They think it's funny. They think it's clever. So you could think about that when you're setting up products. So we saw like metal print. We have these white mugs with color inside. Those are kind of cool. Then we got these enameled mugs. Those are cool. I'm thinking this when it comes to the outdoor thing. If you're catering to people that are outdoorsy and they're hiking and they're in the woods and all this other stuff, this type of mug makes a lot of sense. I could see this, at a campfire, when somebody's camping. Okay, pillows are always nice. Okay, for almost any niche. And then these are the all over print. So this means both of these are all over print. So this means you can make your design to where it'll cover like the whole part of the pillow. It won't just be centered. So that's cool. We got aprons. Let's say you're targeting men who love to barbecue. You could put some cool designs on there. And then you could offer the mug, the enamel mug, and then the regular mug, and maybe the water bottle, right? So just getting you to think, how can you angle this, right? The main thing is to go through these products, and we're going to go through T-Launch in a second. Go through these products and think, what are my flagship products? What are my 5 to 10? It don't have to be 10, but I would say at least 5 different things, right? Now, another angle is all you sell is hoodies and T-shirts, and you sell the multiple niches. If you want to do that, that's fine. Your upsell is just a hoodie. And vice versa. If they buy the hoodie, the upsell is a shirt. But I recommend that I would say at least throw in 2 other products, to where you have at least 4 different actual products. The T-shirt, the hoodie, the mug, and something else. Because, we all have these things that we do, right? We're in stores. We don't like to be sold to, but we love to shop. So if I see something that resonates with me, and it's on a mug, and I drink coffee. I'm like, hey, let me go ahead and buy it, right? So you want to make it to where you're offering a few things now. Like I said before, you don't have to go overboard and put 20 different products, right? For different, no, it can just be 4 or 5, up to 10, whatever. You decide what those are. And then you can get into a flow of setting up every time you get a new design made. You go and set up all those products. Hey, I got my new design. It's freaking awesome. I love it. Let me go set up the t-shirt, the hoodie, the mug, and the other 3 products. Okay. So with that being said, let's go to T-Launch and let's see what products we have in T-Launch. So this is T-Launch. I logged in. This is one of our newer print-on-demand partners. We just added them a couple months ago. So this is something really cool. We have a jigsaw puzzle. I had not seen this before. And the cool thing I like about T-Launch is it's a very simple interface. You can catch on real quick to how to set these things up. It gives you the product information. It tells you the pricing right there, what it's going to cost to ship. It gives you the template for the design so you can give to your designer. By the way, if you are not a designer, I don't recommend you spending 4 or 5 hours trying to create designs. You know, if you want to learn Photoshop and all that, and that's your passion or something you really like, you want to learn, then go right ahead. But instead, to save time, because time is money, I would definitely outsource the designs, give them insight, give them tips on how you'd like your designs to be, give them examples. But if you're not a designer like I'm not, then don't spend a lot of time trying to create stuff, because you're going to be beating your head against the wall sometimes trying to figure it out if it doesn't come naturally to you. Okay. So we got jigsaw puzzles. That's kind of cool. Let's see, playing cards. Look at that. So you can put artwork on here. Let's just download the template. Oh no. Okay. So I thought it was going to have the artwork. So this is what design requirements. When you look at T-Launch, it's going to give you specific design requirements to where if it doesn't fit in there, it's not going to work. So let me select image, and I'm going to show you what that means. So let's just try to add this. It's probably, see, it has invalid dimensions. So that's just going to show you when you have these designers make you the products, you got to give them the requirements so they make them exactly the right size. Apple Watch Band. So think about it. What did we go over before? We showed you the Airpods Case. Well, look, now you got an Apple Watch Band. So you could target people that are Apple people, show them the AirPods, and then upsell them the watch band. Okay, a lot of people have this Apple Watch, right? And if they have the Apple Watch, chances are they got the AirPods. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So let's just go here. Let me log out and see if I can find their product catalog that is just the products. Here we go. Let's go. Let's do it this way. Okay. So take a look at this stuff. This is kind of cool. We have the skinny tumbler. Let me open some of this. This is brand new. The skinny tumbler. I don't know if this is brand new, but I just want to show you this. This is cool, right? Think about if you're doing that outdoor stuff. This makes perfect sense. Look at this. This is brand new. I just saw the email from them a couple of days ago. They have these baby swaddle blankets. This is a brand new thing here. You know, look at the mock-ups. They're really nice. So, again, who are you targeting? Who is going to buy this? So you could make a whole store around new moms, okay, or just parents of babies and new parents. Why? Because every week there's new people coming into your market. It's never going to end, okay? So think about that versus maybe coming up with a store that's about a fad, right? I remember, I know you remember this, that fidget spinner that came out a few years ago. It was a fad. It went away, right? If you got in early on that, you could make some money. But next thing you know, it gets old. But babies don't get old, right? People are having, babies all the time. People are becoming new moms, new parents all the time. So think about that. This is something you could go into. That's why like the niche, like for parents or grandparents, makes sense because there's always new people coming into that niche. Okay. So here's the example of the Apple Watch band. Okay. This is kind of cool. So I just want to show you the mock-ups. This is something really, really cool that you can work with. And so now you don't just have Printful. Now you have these products that you can do with T-Launch. I mean, look at this full size single panel ball. So you can put whatever, a custom product. Maybe it's, best mom's best basketball player. I don't know. And she gets it for her 4-year-old. Just think about that. We got water polo ball. Okay. We have volleyball, soccer ball. Okay. These make a lot of sense. So let's see what else we got. All these different balls. This is cool. I had not seen these before. So, I mean, you could do soccer, you could do football, you could do basketball, you could do baseball. And let's look at this one. This one looks like you can upload an image. This miniature home plate keepsake is a wonderful item, blah, 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 blah. So I think there's no place like home. Now, I don't know. Some of these products, people can upload their own photo. Now, don't quote me on this. In the integration with T-Launch, I know that's not possible. I just think this threw me off because I had a photo, but I don't think it's possible to let people customize it. So don't quote me on that. Playing cards. So here's this other one. You can do custom playing cards. Imagine you do playing cards. You're targeting grandparents, right? And you have a cool message for them. Okay. I'm just thinking older people, right? People, over 18 years old are going to use playing cards a lot more than young people. Look, we got this jigsaw puzzle. All right. This is kind of cool. So you can put your niche on this jigsaw puzzle and target them. So that's really cool. So let's see what else we got. And again, this is getting the juices flowing, getting you to think, okay, what am I going to do? And the main thing is to decide what is it going to be, write those down, and then stick to that so that you don't just spend time. I've seen it where people are researching, and they're in the creation mode for 6 weeks, and they haven't done anything. They're just working on the store, right? Eventually, you got to put it out there. Now, this training has been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. After this training series is over, I'm going to actually do a quick start to where we're just going to jump in and we're going to get it started, and we're going to do it in 1 hour chunks. And my goal is to get a single product store launched within 2 hours or less. My eventual goal for GrooveKart is a 15-minute setup. I know we're not there yet, but we're going to do quick starts and see how far we can get in 1 hour. And my goal is to have a full one product store launched in 2 hours or less. That's my personal goal. So after this training series, we're going over little bit by bit. We're then going to go over the basics. What do you need? You need your payment gateway. You need your domain name. You need your logo. You need your product imported. You need your legal pages. And then let's roll. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do after this series. So what do we have? We have the 15-ounce accent mug. They're accented because the colors match the inside and the handle. Okay, so that's kind of cool. We have the black mug, the CVC. I think that's a specific type of material. We got the long sleeve. We got doormats. This is really cool. Like, again, if you're targeting people that are outdoorsy or that are in the house all the time, right? If you're targeting people that, are at home, right? This makes perfect sense. Homeowners. We got the oven mitt. Okay, this is kind of cool. Look at that, right? This, you can do all sorts of things with oven mitts. Put that with the apron from Printful, and put together that with the enamel mug and a couple other things, and you got things that are catering to just people that that are entertaining at home and our homeowners and things like that. Not even homeowners, but just anyone that likes to have people over and things like that. So these are really cool. I've always wanted to see somebody do something with these signs because the profits can be really, really big with these signs. Okay. Look at this stuff that you can do with this, right? So, I mean, you could easily make $20 to $100 or more in profit per sign. So these are really, really cool. I like that. Again, going back to the houseware, to the people that want to make their home more beautiful, things like that. Bamboo cutting board. This is really cool. Again, going towards, again, just household stuff, right? The mugs and the thermoses and things like that. This makes perfect sense. Let me close this and then go back. So what else do we have? So T-Launch has a lot of cool stuff. We got the maple cutting board, the bath mat, the garden flag. We got rugs. Okay. And then we got the insulated water bottle. We got the crate mat. Look at this, guys. These two things make a lot of sense because guess what? Let's say you have a store for people that own pets, right? I mean, this makes a lot of sense, right? These, and then you got these pillows. Here's one thing I know. I have a sister. She doesn't have kids, and she has 2 dogs. She spends hundreds and hundreds of dollars on those dogs every month, on treats and on on vet visits, on things, on their food, on all sorts of stuff. People love their pets, right? And so these make perfect sense. I've done this before where I found a new product and I made a store centered around that product, and I did it for different niches because I did things like this. I brainstormed first. You might find 4 or 5 products that you really think are unique and you like them, and you might set up your store based on those products instead of thinking of the niche first. Okay. So anyway, this is why I wanted to do this, so you can just think of what's possible. Okay. What else we got? We got framed art prints. We got pint glasses for beer drinkers, right? We got acrylic tumblers. We got yard signs. And then look, here's that enamel mug similar to the one they have on Printful. We got insulated coffee mug. That's kind of cool. Hadn't seen that because it's got the top. And then we got the more tumblers. Excuse me. More cutting boards. We got tapestries. Those are cool. I remember my nephew, when he was 18, ordered this tapestry. It was like this universe, and they had this astronaut, like, there's this astronaut doing like a spacewalk with the stars behind him. Okay, he was 18. These things, who knows? There could be a lot of demand for stuff like this. Obviously, there is, because if not, T-Launch wouldn't have made it a product option, right? So what else we got? We got shower curtains, notebooks. We have coasters, posters, charging stands, platters, plates. We got backpacks, pet bandana. Look, we got the pet bandana. We got the pillow and the crate bottom. So, we got, of course, you got the eraser back tanks. You got the women's shirts. So Mousepad, money clip, baby onesies. So T-Launch seems to have a ton of products. We have the hooded blanket, and again, you can come in here and look on your own, but I wanted to touch on this to get you to think, right? Because some of you may be in the I would say, based on the conversations I've had of people reaching out, 75% of you haven't launched a store, you haven't advertised yet. So you're still trying to think about what you're going to launch. So again, it seems like they have now created more options, I think, than Printful, based on what I see here. So go through these, look through them, decide on what your flagship products, between 3 to 10 different products, so that you can offer unique items to your customers. Okay. And you might get inspired by some of these products and base a store around something that's themed related to that, like the pet stuff or the home houseware stuff, right? So anyway, let me stop sharing and then see if there's any questions. And so this was so that you can start thinking about that and be more, how you say, purposeful, right? When you're launching the store, think about it, do your research, and think about, what's the best way I can serve my audience, right? What's the best way I can make them want to buy from me? What's the best way they can get excited, right? So let's go through here. All right. What print-on-demand store do you recommend to use it in Groove? Let's see. What print-on-demand store do you recommend to use in Groove? Oh, so I think you're talking about the provider, right? The app. I have seen people use both. They use Printful and T-Launch simply because there's different products that they like. And they like some from T-Launch and they like some from Printful. Okay, so you can use both. You don't have to use one or the other. I've seen stores that have, they're selling the sticker from T-Launch, and then they got the shirts from Printful, and then they got the other items from T-Launch. Okay, so you can use all of them. It's still going to get fulfilled when you fulfill the item. All right, so let's see. This is a pretty long one. Let's see here. If my checkout processor won't work correctly, I have set up PayPal, cash on delivery, and Stripe. It won't load the page when someone presses the payment method during the checkout, but I don't see an error. Okay, so first of all, what you can do for me and then send it to us is get a Loom, make a Loom video or a screencast or something where you can record your screen and go through the process and show us what's happening, and then send the store URL. So your subdomain.groovekart.com, and then send it to support so that we can see what it is. The developers will go in there, troubleshoot, and see what the problem is. Number 2, I try to set up Rontar. Okay, Rontar, this has just happened yesterday. I spoke to my lead developer, and Rontar has not upgraded to WebP image format. All they deal with is JPEG and PNG, and they are not looking to upgrade their system for who knows how long. So Rontar is now out of the question, and we just found this out. I literally just talked to my lead developer yesterday because I was going to do a Rontar training, and it turns out Rontar only supports JPEG and PNG files, and now we're in GrooveKart, we use WebP because they load faster and they're smaller, and they don't support WebP yet. So that's very unfortunate. I did send an email to them to see if we could get the conversation going. Of course, that's going to cost them money to do. So the chances of them upgrading their system anytime soon is very, very slim. So let's see. Why is there default contact us page? You can set up your contact us by going to, let me show you real quick. I'm going to share my screen. Let me go back and share my screen here. Let me close some of these and log in. So if you go into your store, all right, and let me share the screen, and let me close some of this. Where is my store? Here it is. Okay. So if you go into your store and you go into settings and you go into store information, there's a place for you to set up Google Captcha here. And that's going to enable the contact us page under settings. Okay. So what you got to do is you got to go here and set up your reCAPTCHA. Okay. It's a very simple process. You just go here. And then you'd say my cat swag. And then let's say we use version 2. We're going to do the invisible. And we're going to say mycatswag.com. Okay. And we're going to accept. And we're going to submit. Looks good. Submit. And then here's a site key. So I would put that key here. And then I'd go back here and I'd copy the secret key. Then I go here. And I go like that, and I hit save, and there should, once I do that, should be a contact us page on the store. So let me see. I may have, during our training, may have removed it during one of our training sessions. I don't think so, but let's see. So if we go there, we now have contact us. If I click it, I can see here that there is now a contact us form. So that's how you do it. Pretty cool, right? All right. So let's see. Now let's see. Oh, thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. No problem. Tony says, I always order a sample of my products to make sure they're up to snuff. Perfect. All right. What is the top 5 print-on-demand integrations you could recommend? Well, with GrooveKart, I would say the top 3 would be Printful, T-Launch, T-Scape, and we do have Slingly also, but you have to be upgraded to Slingly. We also have Dropified. You have to be upgraded to that. And then if you want to do drop shipping, then Ali Connect. I did a training on that a week or 2 ago. That is drop shipping, though. It still works. However, when you do drop shipping, watch that training I did, because I show you how to look at the vendors and suppliers and the shipping times and things like that, because you don't want to get into a situation where you're having refund requests and chargebacks due to the fact that things are taking too long. All right. Yes, GrooveKart does integrate with print. No, sorry. I thought it said Printful. Sorry. No, Printify is coming. Okay. It's going to be, they're starting on it at the end of this quarter, and we should have it done by next quarter. That is for Printify. All right. So let's go to the next. Is it possible to offer products from vendors that are not already integrated? Well, now, yes, if you do something through, let's say you do it through Dropified, you can do Dropified, and you can set up the products, and it'll keep track of where that page is in Dropified. And then when you get an order, you would have to manually fulfill it, and then, enter tracking that way. Okay, but it would be possible through something like Dropified, or you could do it manual. Now, doing it manually is going to be kind of hard, because you're going to have to download the images from Walmart and things like that. So just think about that. All right. Jeremy said, yo, yo, yo. And then we said, all right, thank you, Michael. We appreciate you. So any other questions? I'll give you 2 more minutes. Any other questions? But this was a brainstorming session, just to show you, my thought process. And also, as I was coming across stuff, as you can see, when you rewatch this, I was thinking of things that I wanted to share with you, because that's, when I'm training and things like that, I remember something like, oh, wait, and hoping to bring value to you. So let's see. Other than GroovePay, I recommend Stripe. If you use GroovePay with PayPal or Stripe with PayPal, that's the best combination you got. Okay. Doing e-commerce since 2013, what I found over time was 60% of my payments were through credit card Stripe, and the other 40% were through PayPal. Now, that would vary a little bit. Sometimes it would be 55% Stripe, 45% PayPal. But that was the good combination. All right. So with that being said, this is Frank Salinas. Thank you again. Rewatch these trainings, of course. And once we are done with this training series, we're going to go over how to do TikTok ads and things like that. Then we're going to go back and we're going to do a quick start training so that we can spend the least amount of time to get up and running, just the basics for you to get up and running fast. We're going to do that. And my goal is to do it in 2 1-hour sessions or less. And, and see how fast we can help you get up and running quick. These have been very specific, and we go over stuff and we answer questions. So it's gone many, many months, but the next series will be short and sweet, because we want to help you just get up and running, just the basics, and so that you can get started fast. And that'll be the next training series that we do. The integration with Shine On, the CEO, the owner of Shine On, after a couple months of going back and forth, told us that based on his leadership and his consulting with other leaders of his company, they wanted to just focus on the growing of Shine On, and they were not looking to integrate with anyone else. So I had to tell him thank you and we appreciate it. And nothing we can do. They don't want to integrate with anyone else. They're happy with what they have with Etsy and Shopify. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. And thank you, Chili. We appreciate you. So with that being said, this is Frank Salinas. Thank you again for being a part of Groove and the Groove.cm family. We will see you on the next training next Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Get started. Get in here, watch the trainings, and set up at least a demo store so that you can start getting familiar with the themes and how to set up your products and things like that. With that being said, we will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you on the next training.